Meanwhile, Russian forces continued their attack in Pokrovsk in the Donetsk region. Fatalities and damages have been reported there. The attack also came as Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson met President Zelenskyy, and we are joined by MGN journalist Iqbal Himawan, who is coming to us live from Ukraine to give us the latest updates. Iqbal, thank you so much for joining us. So first of all, tell us what has been the impact of Russian attacks in Pokrovsk.
Krishna, the biggest impact we're seeing on a 5-story apartment buildings in the city of Pokrovsk. And other than that, the latest data that we got is 3 civilians were killed and 11 injured. This is according to Pokrovsk Governor Pavlo Kirilenko through a telegram post. Meanwhile, the victims were wounded after Russian forces struck a 5-story apartment block here in the middle of the city at around 10 a.m. local time, and there were at least 2 more people that reportedly still remain under the rubble after the building was hit. Just for to give a glimpse of information, Krishna, before the war, Pokrovsk had a population of 60,000 people. And the governor said the victims of the shelling would be provided with temporary housing, clothing, food, and also shelters. And meanwhile, just 50 kilometers north from the city in the western suburbs of Donetsk capital, currently fierce fighting is still taking place up until now, Krishna.
And of course, as we know, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has been speaking with world leaders amid this war that is continuing. He recently hosted the Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson in Kiev, and both leaders held talks on the war. What has been reached between both leaders so far, Iqbal?
Yes, and after meeting President Zelenskyy here in Kiev, Swedish Prime Minister Kristersson said that Archer howitzer as well as 51 infantry fighting vehicles and anti-tank weapons will together make a significant contributions to Ukraine's combat power. The truck-mounted Archer is a so-called shoot and scoot weapon, able to quickly fire a succession of 3 rounds and be on the move again before the first shell hits its target, Krishna. However, he cautioned that being a candidate for NATO memberships puts them in a very special situation where they have to be very careful with their own defense systems. Meanwhile, President Zelenskyy is saying that Ukrainian forces are now continuing to clinging to Bakhmut against renewed Russian assaults, describing the battered city as a fortress consisting of living people. Zelenskyy also suggested that the refusal to give up Bakhmut is part of a wider plan to roll back Russian forces. And now Ukraine is counting on continued Western military aid to repel Russian advances and to launch its own offensives, Krishna.
Okay, MGN journalist Iqbal Himawan coming to us live.
Звичайно, дуже змістовна розмова сьогодні відбулася і щодо євроінтеграційного напрямку. Ми робимо все, щоб підготувати старт переговорів щодо членства в ЄС. Зокрема, говорили про це під час візиту прем'єр-міністра Швеції. Саме Швеція зараз головує в Євросоюзі, і у нас є і необхідне лідерство, і необхідна воля для того, щоб вже цього року мати переговори щодо членства. Наші захисники, захисниці дуже очікують шведські арчери, одну з найсильніших артилерійських систем. І арчери точно допоможуть нашим воїнам.
Okay, MGN journalist Iqbal Himawan coming to us
From
live.
Kiev, back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Iqbal, for your report from Kiev.